You said one awkward sentence 3 days ago. Nobody else remembers it. But you do. At 2 a.m. In the shower. While driving. It just replays. Uninvited, unedited, on a loop you never agreed to watch. Here's the strange part. Your brain doesn't replay the conversations that went well. It replays the ones that felt unfinished. That's not a coincidence. That's a psychological mechanism, and once you understand it, it starts to lose its grip on you. You replay the pause where you should have said something better. You replay the joke that didn't land. You replay the moment your voice cracked, or the silence after you said, "I'm fine," when you weren't. It doesn't matter if it happened 5 minutes ago or 5 years ago. Your mind treats it the same way, like a file that never got closed. And the cruelest part? The more you replay it, the more real it feels. Like you're still standing there, still exposed, still able to mess it up all over again. Here's what's actually happening. Psychologists call this post-event processing, a pattern common in people who experience social anxiety. After a social interaction, the brain replays it in detail, searching for what went wrong, trying to extract a lesson from it. But there's something deeper underneath that. It connects to something called the Zeigarnik effect, the finding that unfinished tasks are remembered far more vividly than completed ones. Your brain has a bias toward loose ends. An open loop pulls at your attention until it's closed. A conversation that ended smoothly gets filed away. A conversation that ended with doubt. Did that sound weird? Did I offend them? Did they think less of me? Never gets filed. It stays open, active, waiting for resolution that never comes, because you can't rewind time and get it. So your brain does the next best thing. It keeps replaying the tape, hoping that this time, thinking about it harder will finally close the loop. It won't. That's the trap. Rumination feels like problem solving, but it's not solving anything. It's just repeating the search without ever finding the answer. This is why the replay doesn't feel like a memory. It feels like danger. Your nervous system isn't reviewing a conversation for fun. It's scanning for threat. Did I lose social standing? Did I damage a relationship? Are they judging me right now? For most of human history, being disliked by your group wasn't just uncomfortable. It was dangerous. So your brain still treats social missteps with the same urgency it once reserved for real threats to survival. You're not weak for replaying that conversation. You're running an ancient alarm system in a modern world that rarely requires it anymore. Here's the insight that changes everything. You don't need to resolve the conversation. You need to close the loop, and those are two different things. Resolution means going back and fixing what was said. That's often impossible. Closure means telling your brain, deliberately, that the loop is finished, even without a perfect ending. Here's how to do that in real life. When a conversation starts replaying, don't try to stop thinking about it. That usually backfires. Instead, give it a deliberate 2-minute window. Set a timer if you need to. Let yourself think it through fully, on purpose, instead of in fragments throughout the day. Then write one sentence. This is what I learned from it. Not what you should have said. What you learned. This works because it gives your brain the one thing it was searching for, closure. You're not suppressing the loop. You're finishing it, on your terms, instead of letting it finish itself at 2 a.m. You don't replay conversations because you're broken. You replay them because your mind is trying to protect you, using a system built for a world that no longer exists. You don't need a perfect ending. You need permission to close the loop yourself. But here's the question that comes next. If your brain replays conversations to protect you from judgment, why does it stay silent about the compliments? Why does one criticism outweigh 10 praises? That's not random either. And once you understand why, you'll never read feedback the same way again. If this helped you understand why your mind keeps replaying conversations, don't let this be another thought you forget tomorrow. Take one conversation you've been carrying, write down one thing it taught you, and close the loop. If this video gave you a new perspective, subscribe for more psychology and self-improvement content that helps you understand your mind, not fight it. And tell me in the comments, what's one conversation your brain still hasn't let go of?